From the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's high noon and high time that you tuned into the Spirit of Sports, hosted by Brother Richie. The Spirit of Sports is the flagship of the Not Pods family. Not Pods' complete archive can be found at Not Pods on YouTube. And now for our host, Brother Richie.
Hey, and aloha. Welcome to the Spirit of Sports, brought to you by Not Pods, my YouTube channel at Not Pods. Coming soon, notpods.com. One day. Kind of need help. Any web designers out there like to help out, get in on the ground floor. Brother Richie from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Somewhat unknown, my whereabouts. One day, I will tell you, we are on Hawaiian time. This is high noon, Tuesday, December 5th, wrapping up week 13 of the NFL and my very favorite segment that I do called Backseat Quarterback. Yes, it is Tuesday. It is time.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Yes, we do. We have liftoff. Backseat quarterback every Tuesday at high noon. I got 8 pages from watching Sunday and Monday and some Thursday. 8 pages of dumb shit that these guys can't figure out. What do coaching staffs make? About maybe 10, 15, 20 million dollars a year. They got nothing else to do. I don't understand it. I'm going to tell you what. Kind of sounds like a broken record. How this shit just happens week after week after week. I don't know if that was illegal. Can we scratch that? I don't want to get taken off the air. That happened once. I put on some NFL Red Zone and they just cut my show. So if I have to redo this, I will redo this. We are live. It's high noon Hawaiian time. 2 out there on the Pacific Coast. I see I got a couple people kind of promoting it a little bit more. We are on the ground floor. This is, you know how it is. Crawl before you walk. Snowball effect. Grassroots style. But this is Brother Richie at Not Pods. Just want to say shout out to my good friend and my producer, Kaplan Bunche, as we say, the Bunce Man, helping me out a lot. I'm going to get him on the air a little bit more, helping me out with my music. I'm doing this all on my own, by the way, with my iPhone and a little Dell computer. So grassroots, ground floor to the max. Let's get started, though. Here we go. Backseat quarterback, which is derived from, backseat driver, and they just tell you what to do. And then there's Monday morning quarterback. And that's, I could have done so much better. Well, this is the backseat quarterback because this is the stuff that I'm yelling at the TV and that I'm bringing to you the next day, even though it's a Tuesday. Backseat quarterback. I'm about to rename the NFL, the CIFL League. Commercials, injuries, and flags. Because there sure seems to be a lot of them. I'm not sure which is the most irritating. We'll go into how many quarterbacks have missed time. Well, let's go into it now. 12. 12 teams have had quarterbacks miss time. That's over a third of the league. And I know it's collective bargaining and they don't want to practice as much. So there's been concessions with practice time. But when your backup quarterback can't get any reps and you're throwing in a guy, I think that's why guys like Purdy and Sam Howell, Jake Browning, CJ Stroud, Gardner Minshew, guys that played 2, 3, 4 years in college. It's all about the reps. Get the reps, know where to go with the ball. You can't just throw in a guy that played 10 games in college. Just ask the 49ers how that worked with your 3rd overall pick, buried in the bench in Dallas. So injuries, frustrating, commercials. They'll have 6, 7, 8 games on in the early spot on Sunday, clicking through commercial on every single one. I don't know how they do it. Doesn't seem like that is even possible, but somehow it seems like they're planning that out. Then they only give you 3 afternoon games, and so you have to watch the commercials. I won't do it. They're a waste of time. I will hit pause. I'll go make an omelet, whatever it is. I don't know why they're still paying for commercials in this streaming era. Nobody's watching. I know that it's evil necessity, but nobody's watching. Don't waste your money. If you drink Bud Light, you're going to drink Bud Light. You're not going to pay $10 million for 30 seconds in the Super Bowl and bring 100 million people to drink Budweiser. So stop wasting your money on commercials. Commercials, injuries, but maybe the most frustrating is the flags, the officiating. It's god awful. Tell me I'm wrong. God awful. And I'm going to tell you, replay came into effect in the early 90s, and it was a debacle then. And they've been trying to tweak it. But I believe, as does Dean Blandino, I believe it was on the Rich Eisen show talking about how it's made the officials timid and unsure of their calls. And I think it was it? Oh, okay. I guess incomplete, because we'll look at it upstairs. So they don't make the call. They're looking at each other. So I guess catch, and then they'll look at it. So they're not definitive in their calls. And they know that if they F it up, they can just go look at it. And there's no liability. They don't have to go talk to the media after. They can just make these crappy calls, cost games. Oh, well, no big deal. I mean, why isn't there a chip in the ball yet and the goal line? You know why? Because they need to manipulate the game. Don't tell me Vegas isn't involved. DraftKings and FanDuel, when $100 billion is being bet in the first year of the gambling is legal. Don't tell me that they're going to leave hundreds of billions of dollar industry to chance. You know, I don't want to get too deep in this. I don't want Jimmy Chainsaw knocking on the door. And Vegas has been taking a beating. Every week I keep the money on the percentage of the spreads in Vegas and the money line percentage of the money. Hasn't been good. This week Vegas made out pretty good though. So let's keep an eye on that as we go. Under the hood is one of my segments. I haven't had to do much, is when they overturn a call or uphold a call, even though they looked at it for 3 minutes. And then you look and the 85% of the money was on the other team that got the call, that didn't get the call, whatever works out. It's called incontrovertible evidence. If you have to look at a replay for 3, 4, 5 minutes, it's not incontrovertible. It should be 30 seconds and you're done. You got 30 seconds, it's going to go blank. If you don't see something to overturn the call on the field, the call stands, period. That's the rule. Either change the rule or follow the rule. They think we're dumb. The whole world knows that guy's two toes were in as he caught the ball. Upon further review, Vegas says incomplete, 4th down. Oh, look at 90% of the money was on the other team. Imagine that. Let's get into it. I haven't even really started yet. Backseat quarterback, Brother Richie, live Tuesdays at high noon every Tuesday. My favorite segment. I'm going to go to maybe 2 shows a week. I was doing every day. It was getting tough, getting watered down content. So I'm going to go 1 day a week for sure, maybe 2. I want to do maybe Thursdays at noon as my gambling segment. But Tuesday, is for sure backseat quarterback. I don't know what we're going to talk about come basketball season, but we'll figure it out. The spirit of sports, we're talking life. Maybe February through August, we talk more life because I am all NFL all the time. And did FSU get screwed? And Ohio State didn't stand a chance. Texas deserves it. Bama deserves it. Did Georgia get screwed? They don't care. At least it's going to 12. Thank God it's going to 12 next year. Why did they vote for it to go to 12 2.5 years ago, but they have to wait 2.5 years? Why can't I say tomorrow, 12? Why in 92 when Miami ran the table and beat everybody's ass and Washington ran the table and they couldn't play? Why didn't Don King get in and say, let's just play February or January 12th, just play in Detroit or something? Why not just make it happen? They should just add 2 more teams. Big effing deal. You think anybody's going to care? This happens to me all the time. Jahmyr Gibbs, 30-yard run, tackled at the 1. David Montgomery gets the touchdown. I'm a huge fantasy football guy. I got 6 leagues, I swear to God, 20 times. Damian Pierce, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, down to the 1, to the half-yard line, to the 6 inches, 4 inches, 2 inches. Oh, he's down 1 inch away. Oh, there's a touchdown. Oh, holding. Touchdown, offensive pass interference. Flag on the play. Didn't get the play off in time. Oh, illegal shift. Delay a game. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Called back. Somebody else gets it. Swear to God. Seems like they do it on purpose. Just to F with Brother Richie. Realize once in a while it works out, though. I'm in a pick 'em pool that you can change your picks on before Monday night game on the computer. I was in a 5-way tie, so I knew everybody would take Jacksonville. And then it goes to tiebreaker points. I said, F it. I went Cincy and won $270. Sometimes you just got to make the ballsy call. Houston. I start with this every week. Run the ball. Damian Pierce. He's a sledgehammer. And then Devin Singletary. Run. And then Brevin Jordan you're throwing to. And Andrew Beck. And you got Noah Brown. I know he's coming off injury. Just don't be Arthur Smith. Just play your best guys. Talk about another, I just think, dumbass. What drives the NFL? Fantasy football and gambling. NFL was tied for second, maybe third. 70s and 80s was baseball ruled. The NBA came along. NFL was maybe a distant third. NFL rules the roost now, and it's mainly because of fantasy football. Women are into it, non-sports fans, guys that don't know anything, but they love the fantasy football and they're watching. And you go out there and say, oh, I don't like fantasy football, and you owners can stop bugging me, and I'm going to throw to the guys that aren't as good just to spite you, to pay my wages. F you. If you can't see it, but pretend you know. Arthur Smith. So watching the first quarter or so of the Steeler game, looks like Matt Canada was the problem. Deal looked a lot different. And then Pickett gets hurt, and then you can't get a half a yard. Then your defense goes to crap. Then you get run over by a 3-win team in Arizona. Chris Spence, let me write back. I told anybody that chats I'm going to write back. Give me a minute here. Thanks, cuz, he said. Thanks, cuz. He said, love the shirt. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Thanks for the shout outs. Anybody? I know not many listening. I'm not expecting many to listen right now. As I said, this is just getting used to being live, having the mic in my hand. I'm getting one of those mics coming in the mail soon. Going to get some more help. This is going to be my career. I think I'm going to make a lot of money at 51 cents a month. And who knows, advertising, all that. But I'm going to tell you too, watch every highlight show, ESPN, all the Fox shows, and all they talk about is the same 5 plays of every game and the same player. It's getting kind of stale. Hate to say. First things first. All they do is yell at each other. You can't even already understand what they're saying. Broussard, and Nick Wright. Well, I told you, come on. So I want to be a breath of fresh air, perspective from the Pacific, Brother Richie, not pods, because in my mind, it's a podcast for now and it feels like it. But in the long run, this is going to be live internet sports talk radio. Maybe with the streaming, maybe not. But you're live or you missed it. But for now, it's pretty much a podcast, but not pods is my shtick. Alex Pierce, that helps no one. That's a good segment on one of my shows. Juwan Johnson, this is another irritating. Perfectly thrown ball, off the hands, interception. Catch the effing ball. You got 2 jobs. 6, 7, 8-digit salaries. You have 2 jobs. And the number 1 is catch the ball. And the number 2 is block. It's the worst. I guess they call a rent now, receiver interception, like it's on the receiver, but the quarterback's always getting it. Perfectly thrown ball. Boing. Tips and overthrows. This one's just a head shaker. They still can't get a yard, the NFL. I've drawn up 4 plays. I'll draw up 10. Remember Philly special, something like that? It's brilliant, but you got to do different. You save them for when you really need it. But I pound the table for this, pound. And this is one of my biggest pet peeves and pisses me off to no end. 3rd down in inches, 4th down in inches, out of the shotgun, barking out signals as a line sitting in their 3-point stance, muscles burning. Blue 82, 316, hey, 54. It's 4th and inches, you're in shotgun, so as soon as you get the snap, you're making it 4th and 6. And how often does it work? 90% of the time. Hand it off up the gut. Oh, 2-yard loss. On 4th, get on the ball and say set hut. If you don't have a quarterback, if your offensive line sucks, get on the ball and say set hut, like the blocking sled. And do it again. And don't huddle. And the defense can't substitute if you're not. Set hut. 20, 30 seconds, just muddle. On the ball, set hut. And you know what, too? There's nothing wrong with punting. There's nothing wrong with extra points. There's nothing wrong with field goals. They got these analytics. Oh, it says 65% go for it in the 3rd quarter. You don't know who's hurt. You don't know how your offense is moving. It doesn't take the human element. There's 1,000 different options that affect analytics that they don't take into account. Your gut feeling at the time. Let me get the fan on. Your gut feeling. Who's injured? How your offense is running. How your defense is playing. How much time's left. Just every time, let's go for it. Because the analytics said, oh, well, you know what it is? It's a crutch for shitty ass coaching. And I am effing sick of it. Go with the flow. Go with what's in your heart. You got to go with how the game flow is. Going for 2. Look at the Colts. They're up 5. You kick the extra point, you're up 6. It's the 3rd quarter, maybe early 4th quarter. Go for 2. Picked off. You're up 5. They go 99 yards for the 2 points. Now you're up 3 points. And the 2% or the 2-pointer is 42 to 48%. I'd like to see in big moments. It's probably more like 30%. Houston. Obungawale? Really? Brevin Jordan, Andrew Beck? And I got Noah Brown. And Damian Pierce is just really bugging. He did have a touchdown. The guy's a sledgehammer. Give him the effing ball. Give your running back the ball 25 times a game. 18 minimum. Offensive line, they want to run block. You run the clock, you keep the other team off the field. You wear down their defense. What was it? There's no reason. Joe Flacco's throwing the ball 44 times and they run it 23 times. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 48 times and they only ran it 13 times. And you wonder why you're losing these games. We'll get into that later. If you run the ball 50-50, you win. Winning teams run the ball 48%. Losing teams pass the ball 65% of the time. And that is facts. Figure it out. The offenses have no excuse. All the rules help the offense. Defense can't do shit. And we got 0-0 games at half and 3-0 and 6-0 final. Patriots can't score a touchdown. Jets go 35 possessions without one touchdown. Me and Chris Spence could do better. I swear to God, there's no effing excuse for this crap. If I didn't love it so much, I'd just turn it off. But I do love it. And I love ranting about it. I know I'm saying what everybody's thinking. Jimmy Graham caught a touchdown pass. What year is this? That guy's still around? Pretty awesome. Cheers to you, Jimmy Graham. I'm not drinking right now, but if I was. 4th and inches, Pittsburgh at the goal line, shotgun. Now it's 4th and 6, no momentum. Handing off to a standing still running back. It's pathetic. Got Kenny Pickett hurt earlier this year. You don't learn your lesson? Get under center. Carolina, 3rd and goal from the 1. Shotgun, incomplete. 4th and goal from the 1. Shotgun up the gut. Can Wee Man even get under center? What's that guy bring to the table? I'll talk about him later. Breece Hall, please. Breece Hall, 7 carries a game. Do you remember the very first play of the season? He goes 28 yards, and then you throw 3 times and Rodgers blows his shit out. Can you run the ball when it works? Why fix what's not broken? It is irritating as shit. Yeah, the Jets. 38 passes and 23 rushes. There you go. 65% pass equals loss. Tyreek Hill's insane, by the way. Tampa Bay and Carolina, first 12 plays of the second half. 4 3-and-outs and 0 yards between two teams. That's half of the third quarter. 3-3-3-3. Punt, 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 punt. 0-0-0 yards. It can't be this hard. I say it, what does Wee Man? I'm sorry, that's what I call him. Number 1, Bryce Young. Number 1 overall pick. David Tepper trying to tell us, the whole room believed in him. The whole room believed that he's the guy, and I went along with it. But yeah, it sounds like if you talk to the coach, like, no, that guy overrode us, and it was pretty much dictatorship, from what I understand. We'll get to him later. What's he bring to the table, though? Arm? Mobility? Size? Maybe smarts? Maybe leadership? Nothing you can really see. That's page 1. We're going to page 2. I understand if you get bored. No, I don't. You can't be bored. I got 2 people listening. LA Chargers. Let's get into this a little bit. 3 points in the first half. Brandon Staley. We lose as a team. It's not just the offense or the defense. You don't have to ask me that question anymore. At halftime, the weather won't affect our play calling. Oh, it's a blizzard. It's a blizzard and a monsoon and 40 miles. It won't affect our play calling. 27-point blown lead. They're the kings of how the hell did we just lose that game? I will tell you this. One of my favorite Rich Eisen quotes. I'll always give the props if I take something that I heard. The king of wake up in the morning and say, how the hell did we lose that game? Got the Boo Birds out in Foxborough. Bailey Zappi, 3rd and 15 from his own end zone, throwing 3 yards out. Tackled right away. Just first time since 1938 that a team has only given up 10 points or less in 3 straight games and lost them all. Bill O'Brien, you're supposed to be not the savior, but at least help. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. I mean, I'm not saying that I could do better per se right now, fresh off the street. But I'm saying if you gave me $10 million a year and that's all I did, 24 hours, 7 hours a day, dyslexic. I'm dyslexic. It's a pickle thing. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think I could score a touchdown in 35 drives, New York Jets. And are we getting back into what's a catch now and what's not a catch? Had a couple of those. What's a penalty? When do you throw the flag? When do you not? When do you blow the whistle? Forward progress. When do you not? When do you let the play go? When do you let the guy run in the end zone and look at it? When do you say the play was whistled dead? It's getting confusing again, people. But they can just go back to their cushy lawyer job or selling insurance, get their $5,000. Can't have full-time officials because, that would make too much sense, or would it not? Because we need to manipulate the game. That KC, all the money was on KC though, so yeah. Well, I get confused sometimes. All the money's on KC, so you don't call a penalty on Green Bay. MBS gets tackled. We'll talk about that later. People don't want to admit it. The ex-officials don't want to admit it. Tim Donaghy probably doesn't want to admit it. I don't know. I watch the games. You watch the games. We yell at the same things. This shit is whack. But I love it. I love it. Why is there no chip in the ball? Like tennis did it 30 years ago. There could be you wouldn't even know. It's a fiber optic, weighs nothing, all the way through the ball, point to point, wouldn't affect shit. And you'll know, whoop, ball, whoop. Then you have to just see where he fumbled. Don't ask me that question again, okay? I'm confident in our play calling. I'm confident in our 4-7 team. I'm confident in the way we blow leads and lose as a team. The weather won't affect my play calling one bit. I'm Brandon Staley with a toothpick on, or with an olive on a toothpick. Maybe some of these guys need to listen. It's pouring rain for the Chargers. Pouring rain, a little bit of wind. Very first drive of the second half. Incomplete, punt. Austin Eckler, you don't even use the guy. Just wasting away, which, I mean, wasn't he a stud? Didn't he used to be a stud? It's funny. The Spanos says they'll fire Marty Schottenheimer when he's 14-2, but they'll keep Anthony Lynn about 3 years too long, and they'll keep Brandon Staley about 2 years too long, and they'll hire Brandon Staley over Brian Daboll when they have the choice of the two, and this and that, and they'll waste careers of great players. Anyway, Russell Wilson, they won 5 in a row. How's the wind? Some monsoon in here. Here's where my sound effect with the warning system would be. Russell Wilson, he's averaging like 180 yards a game. 44 yards at the half in the loss. And they're winning, but it just doesn't seem the same. Hall of Famer, clear-cut Hall of Famer when he left Seattle. Now, not so much. Don't know. Once again, broken record. I don't want to play it again. I don't want to get in trouble. Broken record. 3rd and 1 out of the shotgun. Fail. Stop. Stop with the madness. Get under center. Or at least play action. Block down with the tight end, play action, hit him in the flat. Bring motion this way, go this way. Something. Not out of the shot. 4th and 1 in the shotgun, you're making it 4th down and 6. Might as well put the football back there. Oh, another one. Quarterback, scrambling, looks like he's going to run. Pump fake, here comes the linebacker. Come in under control. Can't fault, especially on 3rd and 8. Nothing worse. Yards after catch, missed tackles. Coming in out of control, missing the tackle. Guy gets 15 yards on 3rd and 14. It's tear moments. Come in under control, make the tackle on the quarterback. They'll pump fake 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. It's illegal to throw. Another one. What happened to fair catch at the 10-yard line? Plant your heels on the 10. If the ball goes over your head, you let it go. I got guys at the 3-yard line. Fair catch. Hey! Oh, it could have been at the 1 if it bounced that way. What happened to the coffin corner punt, too? It's all this stuff. Oh, my God, it hurts my head. I'm lightheaded from yelling almost. So when does the whistle blow these days? When is forward progress? So there's 2 plays, and, I should have exactly. One might have been, it was Houston. Javonte Williams, he gets stood up, or maybe Pirine. Stood up, and he's pushing, and then the whistle, and then right then, ball comes out, scoop and score, but no, whistle dead. Then there was a Pacheco play, I believe. Pushing, and stopped, but where's the whistle? Oh, waiting for the whistle. Oh, gets 3 more yards. What's a catch? What's a penalty? When is the whistle? Incontrovertible evidence. Bailey Zappi. Kick the extra point. There's nothing wrong with extra points and field goals, people. Might have been Stink. It was Jeff Saturday, one of those old linemen that do the shows now. And they said, we used to do a 10, 12, 15 play drive. And we're busting our ass and we're getting our ass beat down. And we go down and go for it on 4th and 2 from the 10. And we got nothing to show for it. And we're bloody. And I got a concussion. And I got a broken toe. And we don't even have points to show for it. Maybe bring that into consideration too. Every time you go for 2 and don't make it, you're chasing that point. And it comes back and bite you in the ass a lot. Analytics. Just a crutch for shitty ass coaching. Good job with Trubisky. Oh, Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin. 17 years without a losing record, and he's 7-5, and I don't know how he does it. Get a yard. Indianapolis, Houston, everybody, get a yard. Have a guy in charge of I want 100 plays that I can get an automatic yard, or at least like 70% yard. Because it ain't happening out of shotgun and handing the ball right off the gut to a guy with no momentum. Why is there a hood? Why does the official have to take a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes and run over here and have the person come out and put on these headphones and talk to somebody and watch the play when there could be eye in the sky, headphone in his ear, and say, stop the clock. We're looking at that. Okay. Nope. He was down. Place the ball at the 30-yard line with 8:22 to go. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds done. There's nothing worse. 3.5 minutes last night for the Jamar Chase. And they said he was about 4 inches short. About 4 inches short. And I watched it 5 times. He was either out of bounds, 2 yards short, or he had a first down. There's no in between. Every angle, it's either his foot was out of bounds and he was out there 2 yards short of the first down, or he dove forward and he made the first down. There was no 4 inches short, period. Upon further review, he was about 4 inches short. What does that? So maybe 3, maybe 5. And then they put a yard and then he moved to a foot. So he never got to 4 inches. Eye in the sky. Make every, it doesn't have to be every play, but make everything reviewable from the eye in the sky. That was the wrong call. Stop the clock. Blow the whistle. 30 seconds. Okay. Was incomplete pass. Blatantly pass interference. Blatantly. Like the Rams Saints a few years ago to go to the Super Bowl. Shit like that. Eye in the sky. There's no rules about it. We're just gonna do the right thing. But no, the right thing depends on where the money is. So I'm just talking myself till I'm blue in the face over this. What should happen, but what's not gonna happen. Thanks for bearing with me. Weather sucks for fantasy football. Take dome guys when you can. This time of year. If there's no money, if there's nothing on the line, I love a snow game. I love a blizzard game. I love the rain. I love the windy game. But when you need 22 points from your receiver, it's 12 below, snow, 30-mile-an-hour wind, it sucks. Just go with the dome guy when you can. Deontay Johnson, after last week, when you just looked like you didn't give a shit about anything, as the ball's on the ground, the guy's returning it on a fumble, and you're just standing there moping and whining and complaining because you didn't get a pass. Maybe you don't dance when you're down 21 points and score a touchdown with 4 minutes left. Maybe you look at the scoreboard. Maybe you look in the mirror. QBs, get rid of the ball. I played quarterback. I was backup. I was small. And I know it's really hard. There's times you got to have the clock in your head. Got to have pocket presence. There's times just get rid of the ball. It's 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd down and 17. Yeah, yards after catch is so frustrating, especially on 3rd down. Make the tackle, do your job. The Bill Belichick, everybody has a job. Everybody does it. It's the most team sport there is. Basketball, the same guy can get it every play. Baseball, pretty individual, but you need the guy behind you and the guy in front of you get on. Pitcher. Football, 11 guys. One guy mess up, F's up the whole play. What does Wee Man bring to the table? Arm strength, size, speed, agility. He threw a Hail Mary at the end of the second half. It went 30 yards this way and 20 yards that way, like a wet Nerf football with no pressure. Don't know, bro. Not sure that's the right call. Page 4, good day. The rest of the story. Anybody remember that? Got to tackle Debo. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times yard after the catch. 3 touchdowns. 1 broken tackle, that guy's gone. Carolina's pathetic. Carolina 2 plays to get 1 effing yard for a touchdown. And they don't even have the first round pick because they traded up. They could have let Houston decide. And they could have had Wee Man 3rd or 4th. Or they could have been stuck with CJ Stroud. But no. David Tepper says, the whole room was in agreement and they convinced me. No, not true. Don't piss on us and tell me it's a shower. You vetoed the whole thing. Now you're just trying to cover your tracks. Tell me I'm wrong. Jordan Love looking like the real deal. I will give you that. About 6-7 weeks ago, I was saying, what the hell's going on here? Get out of bounds when the clock's running out. Here's another. I could just call this pet peeve hour. Backseat quarterback pet peeve hour of the CIFL. Commercials, injuries, flags, league. Brother Richie, coming at you live. This is about the halfway point. Let's take a quick timeout. Word from our sponsor. Hey, check it out. Read a book. Take a look. Tillamook. This section of the segment brought to you by Tillamook Cheddar Cheese. Try the ice cream too. And we're back. One final New England note. 3 games in a row, I mentioned this earlier. Give up 10 points or less and lose all 3. The Chicago Cardinals, 1938. That's some deep dive. Get out of bounds when the clock's running out. Pet peeve hour. Don't be hero ball. Here's the sideline. You're going to go break 3 tackles and score, are you? Get 10 extra yards when all that matters is stopping the clock. It's just yelling at the TV. I need one of those TV bricks, but a real brick and just a bunch of TVs. Especially when you lose on a couple crappy calls and a couple crappy plays and a $25,000 survivor pool a couple weeks ago. But anyway, get out of bounds. Patrick Taylor twice for whoever the hell he plays for. Trying to be a hero. Get the F out of bounds when the clock matters. And speaking of the clock management, been atrocious too, college and pro. Probably high school too. Maybe you hire a guy. We got 3 timeouts, coach. You might think about one. Coach, burn one. Burn one. That's your job. Cut him off. Burn one. I think it's either burn one, think about burning one, coach. Coach, burn one now. One more guy gets tackled at the 1 effing yard line. I'm going to flip the F out. One more drop pass. Patrick Mahomes probably has 150 points worth of drop passes in a league that is overall scoring, so it's not head-to-head. I'd be in 2nd place instead of 8th. They just catch the effing ball. Jess Atlanta at one point had 6 penalties in 8 plays. When I know the name of the official and you're just sick of seeing the guy and you say, oh, here we go again with this ugly mother effer. Sick of seeing your face. It's just wrong. There's guys wide open all over the NFL too because the defense can't touch them. Flags suck. Officiating sucks. Late flags suck from the other side of the field. 3rd down and 22. Incomplete pass. Over here is the pass, but over here the guy bumped the guy 6 yards. Illegal contact. Automatic 1st down on 3rd and 22. Just changed the complexion of the whole game. I think illegal contacts, maybe defensive holding, automatic 1st. Illegal contact, 5 yards, replay the down. Why does it always have to be automatic 1st down? It's really unfair to the defense. Don't hit the quarterback, people. Even little bitch Mahomes, when he tries to do this little thing where it looks like he's going out of bounds, oh, I'm going to sneak a couple more yards. Smack his ass, actually. But you're going to get the penalty. Clean hit or not, inbounds or not, you see how it is. Just push them. Stay off the quarterback. Plus, when 12 quarterbacks are hurt, and we're watching Zappy, even though that wasn't because of injury, and we're watching Pasternaut throw 4 picks, and I'm not going to put Jake Browning in there because that guy was a stud last night. We'll go into that later. But when 12 teams have quarterbacks miss time, they got to protect them. You can't hit them. Just don't do it. And it sucks. And you should. I love back in the 70s, 80s, even 90s when there was no penalties. You just kick the shit out of everybody. Don't do it anymore. That Green Bay game, no PI on MBS. Travesty. 75% of the money's on Vegas or on KC in Vegas. I understand the Hail Mary, pushing, shoving. That happens. They don't call them a Hail Mary. Maybe they shouldn't. But that MVS 40-yard bomb, it's 1st and goal at the 5, and it's obvious, and the whole world knows. And that's when you swallow the flag. You throw that shit all game, every game, all year long. You throw that flag. And when it's critical. Oh, swallow the flag. They should have to swallow a flag when they just like, the official has to actually eat his effing flag. 6-0. NFL game in this day and age, 6-0. Jets, Pats, and Steelers. 14, 12, and 16 points. 42 points combined. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 5 touchdowns in 12 quarters of play between 3 teams. Makes no sense. You got to do better than that. I say it all the time. Head coaches make 7, 10 mil. 5, 10, 12 assistant coaches. It's got to be $20 million worth of salary tied up in a coaching staff. They can't score a point. For umpteen in a row possessions and even games. It's got to be better. I'm going to go through about a quarter's worth of terrible calls, crucial calls in the Kansas City Green Bay Sunday night game. Mahomes was hit inbounds legally, but it looks bad, and so it's always going to be a flag. Excessive roughness. Or excessive football. Rashee Rice, fumble, not. Probably got it right. But the call on the field was a fumble. Incontrovertible evidence, I'm not sure. MVS, struggling to get out of bounds, and they push him backwards. 100% should be run the clock. Oh, stop the clock. Blatant hold and hands to the face. Green Bay left tackle on the 4th and 1 play to Dobbs. Then he just floated up there, took 5 seconds to come down in between 3 KC defenders, and where were they? Not that I cared. I love when KC loses. And I promise you, the Hail Mary, probably not. MVS, obvious. Every game, there's 6 or 7, 8, 10. Every single one, maybe questionable. Replays made the officials timid on the initial call. They look to each other. They look to the heavens. Help me out. Eye in the sky. It's always going to decide it. Is Travis Kelce, does he seem a little different? Is the desire off a little bit? I don't know. At one point, he's like 110 yards when Tay shows up and 48 yards when she's not there. Just doesn't seem like he has the same pep in his step. He's talking retirement. You know what they say? Boxers don't have sex. And just uses up your testosterone when you're fresh love, you know. It's like it's kind of all you care about when everything's fresh and exciting. And maybe it's not as big a deal over here because I have over here. So tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I talk about all this officiating. And then if you wonder, you know, Keegan-Michael Key did those commercials about the NFL, season 57, episode 3, week 13. And then how they can script the games. And they're laughing about it. But it ain't that funny. You know, they say there's truth. There's a bit of truth to every joke. I think they probably scrapped those commercials. It's kind of like there was a show on ESPN that lasted one season called Playmakers. It was about cheating and enhancement drugs and cheating on piss tests and inside the NFL stuff. It was fiction. But the NFL said, nix, no more. Playmakers. I don't even know if you can stream it. It was probably 2001 or so. Let's get to Monday night. Realize this. I'm winning my football pick'em pool, $270 if Cincy wins, because I went Cincy and the other 4. 5-way tie for first. I went Cincy. They took Jacksonville. And there's another 6 guys that if you're in second and you're game behind, you're going to take the underdog. So you at least have a chance. So if I go If I go Jacksonville and then everybody goes Jacksonville and then the other, it'll be 11-way tie break points without going over. If I go Jacksonville, it'll be a 5-way. I've lost already 3 times in the tiebreaker, so I just decided, you know what? F it. I'm going Cincy. I was the only one. Touchdown. 270 in the pocket. So as I go through these, realize that was going on in my mind. I got about 2.5 pages on Monday Night Football alone. A lot of it's just broken record. And I can't fault Jake Browning. Maybe 2 plays. He had a couple false starts in a row, rocking forward, rocking backward. But here's a play. This is another one. Pet peeve. You're 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage on a screen, or this was a quarterback throwback pass from the running back. Knock the ball down. When you know you don't have a chance, you know there's a defender right there and it's going to be 2nd down and 17, just go like that. I know it's the habit, and this first thing in your mind is catch the pass. Knock it down. Running backs, receivers too. Catch the effing ball. Why are they doing fair catches inside the 10? Jamar Chase, you're great. Run the ball into the end zone, bro. I need those points. Turning around and looking at the guy. What if he says, unsportsmanlike conduct at the 2-yard line? Back to the 17, no touchdown. What if the guy just comes, rips the ball out of your hand? Just run through the end zone. How many times we've seen the guy, Deshaun Jackson, drop it at the 1 because I'm so cool. Look at me. Run the ball through the end zone, period. Act like you've been there before, Barry Sanders. Let's get in the end zone, bro. And I love you. You're phenomenal, but it doesn't have to be look at me. It can be get in the end zone. Cincy, you're doing great. You're moving the ball. You're up 21-14. Got the ball at the 10. You're going to do a end around pass back with your receiver. When your quarterback's on fire and you're running, why outsmart yourself or to be cool? If you're not doing shit and things are tough, that's when you do a trick play. And it's got to be after a good play or two. Not on first down when you're up 21-14 early in the 3rd quarter. And throws it right to Josh Allen. By the way, when we start hearing Josh Allen, maybe we start saying the linebacker, right? Not the quarterback. Because that guy's an animal. That guy is pure stud. He used to be, oh, Josh Allen, same name as the quarterback. No. I hear Josh Allen now. I'm 50-50 on which one it is. Kudos to that guy. But you throw it right to him. Now it's 21-all. You still win the game, but first down, set hut. Set hut, set hut, set hut. Page 7. 3rd and goal from the 1. Jacksonville goes set hut quick. They don't make it. Okay, it doesn't work all the time. But I guarantee you it's better than Blue 82 from the shotgun. Oh, hey, offensive line. Sit there for a while. Let the defense set. Offensive line. Let your muscles wear out. Blue 82, 4th and 1 from the shotgun. I'm going to hand it off 6 yards deep. Hey, this guy's just stationary too, so he has no forward momentum. Okay, here we come, right up the gut. Offensive line, you guys are tired enough? Are your muscles burning? Okay, set hut. I don't give a fudge. It's better than that. I stand by it. Get on the ball, set hut. If you want to try and draw them off, that's fine. But you know this, at every second that lineman, offensive line, is in a 3-point stance, their muscles are burning, and it's exponentially wearing them out for the play. Get on the ball, say set hut, and go. Blocking sled. Call it the bowling ball scheme, John Madden, blocking sled, sledgehammer, whatever you want to call it. If your quarterback sucks, you don't have one, and your offensive line isn't great, get them on the ball and say set hut. time and time and time and time again and punt when you have to. And you're going to wear down that D line. You never substitute. You're in the same formation. You muddle around the ball and you say set high. I've been preaching this for years. On a different note, in this offensive league we live in, I just saw next week's spreads over and under 6 games under 40. I think one of them's 32. Unheard of. Tell you, Jamar Chase's greatness. 3rd and 3, drop the easy pass. 4th and 3, go right back to him. Way low behind him. Goes down hands like this. 6 inches off the ground, first down. Love that guy. Very impressive. Jake Browning. In my backseat quarterback, I'm going to go front seat head coach on this one. I guess that's the opposite. Because kudos to Jake Browning. That guy looks like a pro. And kudos to you win a lot in high school, which does mean something going into college. You play 50-some games in college or 40-some. You've had your reps. You can look at a defense, know where to go with the ball. The Jags, there's a 7:30 to go, tie game. They had a first down. They get a false start. Then all of a sudden, timeout, Jacksonville. I'm going, what the hell is that? No explanation. And this is a pet peeve Tuesday. You have to have all 3 of your timeouts in the second half. First half, burn them. I don't care. In the second half, take the delay of games. Unless, there's a wide open receiver and you got 10 guys on defense maybe in a close game. Those timeouts come back to haunt you. You need 3 timeouts at the end of most or a lot of games. So they go timeout, charged. Jacksonville, they're down to 1 timeout. I'm going, how the hell does this happen? But apparently, I'm not saying there's no explanation from the official, just timeout after a penalty. Might even been a delay of game. So you're thinking, they called the timeout before the delay of game. No, the penalty counts. Apparently a staffer just ran out on the field thinking there was a timeout and giving water. Giving water to the tight end. And so charge timeout. How furious if you're the head coach. What are you doing, Jerry? There's no timeout. You're the water boy. Yeah. It's amazing how many times I'm apoplectic over the transpirings in the NFL. Get what I did there, Uncle Raz? Apoplectic. I use another one. I'm going to try to use a couple new vocabulary words here and there. It sounds a little more professional. A lot of the same schemes. Athletes, not close. Same shit's going on. You're looking at the same stuff. Look at Jake Browning, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, Minshew, Sam Howell. Having a little bit of success. Then you look at number 3 pick for the 49ers and number 2 pick for the Jets a couple years ago. And guys said, Mitch Trubisky, let's trade up. Brother Raz calling. Go ahead, Brother Raz. You are live.
Hockey, brother, hockey.
Yes, sir.
Are you on for a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'm on page 8, actually.
Oh, my Lord. How's the show today?
I think awesome. I had 2 people watching most of the time. One of my friends had texted. I got 1 thumbs up.
Cool.
I don't know. I love it. I think I'm awesome.
Great. What's your schedule from this point? I wanted to come down and analyze your show.
Yep. I work at 4:30. Whereabouts unknown.
Okay. If you're can you call me in a couple of minutes when you're
Yes,
live?
I'll call you back.
I'll call you right back.
Love you, brother.
Lunch.
All right. Yeah, we'll do lunch. Aloha.
I'll bring lunch.
Okay.
Just tell me. But
beautiful. I'll call you. Brother Raz, live. Uncle Raz to you. What was it? Oh, yes. Snaps, reps in college, games played versus not. Bears trade up to get Trubisky. It's like, we're going to be cool and we're going to find a gem in the rough. And, we don't care. Nobody knew Mahomes was going to be that good. But we're going to pass on Deshaun Watson, who's been in 2 national championship games. And we're going to pass on Patrick Mahomes that could be pretty good. And we're going to pick this guy that's played 14 games at North Carolina because we want to be cool. I want to make a name for myself. So if I uncover the gem in the rough, then I'll be cool. Don't outthink yourself. Don't be a dumbass. This one trips me out, bro. I don't understand this. You score to take the lead. Doesn't matter who's quarterback, doesn't matter who the other team is, unless maybe it's the Jets or maybe the Steelers or maybe the Patriots. 29 other teams in the league. If you give them a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they're just going to go down and kick a field goal to tie the game. 90% of the time, I swear. And what is it? It's because you've been bringing pressure all game. You've been tight coverage. But, hey, it's only a minute and a half left. Let's do 4-man rush, 3-man rush, and soft zone it. Okay, ready, break. Prevent defense. Prevents wins. Why do you change your scheme when it's been successful all game and there's a minute and a half now? And you know that every time the other team just goes down and kicks a field goal. C.J. Beathard comes off the bench and goes 2.5-minute drive, field goal. Because they're doing a 4-man straight rush, soft zone, giving up 15, 20, 10, 5, 10, 15. Doesn't take that long to go down the field at 10, 15 yards a chunk and getting out of bounds. Play the same damn defense you've been playing all game. Or at least blitz here and there. The Auburn game, last play of the game. I think they did a 2-man, at most 3-man rush. Milroe has almost 8 seconds in the pocket. Look at this. Set hut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Throw a laser. That long in the pocket. And you got 9 guys in soft zone, and a guy gets behind. Great pass, great play, maybe a push off. But there's no excuse for giving a guy 9 effing seconds in the pocket. You wouldn't do that any other time of the game. It's 4th down and goal from the 30. Oh, well. Swear to God, me, Chris Spence, Meckers, Raz, Langley, Todd Steele, Ronnie Vaca, Woos. Put us all together. Put just me. We're smarter than these effing guys. Somehow. And I know the game comes at you fast, and I know emotions are high, and the adrenaline is coursing through your veins, but you get paid big, big, big money. 7, 8 digits to figure this out. There's no excuses. If I own a team, fired, I'll coach. Well, I wouldn't, but I'd hire better people. Fired, you're fired. Who the hell's Parker Washington? Oh, yeah, because Christian Kirk got hurt on the very first play of the game, but I need 5 points from him in fantasy football. Thank God Jamar Chase bailed me out. One of those to the 1-yard line, to the inch line. Oh, Richie's guy doesn't score again, but the other guy comes in and takes a touchdown. Vulture. Right before the half. No, right? End of regulation. One other downer Jake Browning moment. You can't be throwing dump offs with 20 seconds left if you're trying to get into field position. One, he got out of bounds. A second, you know what? 20, 25 seconds is enough to go 15 yards across the middle and go spike it. out patterns, deep out patterns. Throw them away if they're not there. But dumping it off 2 times in a row and the clock runs out, might as well just kneel on the ball. Because how injuries are these days, every snap you take, somebody might be going down. How many clutch plays did Jake Browning make, though? Joe Burrow, Jake Browning. Same demeanor, kicked the game-winning field goal, just got to get to next week. Really starting to dig that guy. And he said it last week, I've won a lot of games. I've played a lot of games. I played a lot of quarterback. I can see the field. I know where to go with the ball. He prophesied it last week. He said it again this week, and I imagine he's going to be pretty good next week too. Huge call, 50-yard bomb, caught, holding, bring it back. Sometimes it works out in my favor. Jacksonville was going to win the game. Somewhat questionable holding call. Oh, wait, on Jacksonville. Oh, wait, where was the money? Oh, wait, let's check it out. Here's the money, by the way. Week 13, where the percentage are. Jacksonville, 95% of the money line. No, 84% of the money line was on Jacksonville. 78% of the spread money on Jacksonville. So Vegas been taking a hit this year, I believe. 149 yards. Jamar Chase. Another 10 points. 1 yard short. Oh, I think the last one. Then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not Jamar Chase that I talked about earlier. Did he step out of bounds? Did he get the first down? Upon further review, about 4 inches short after 4 minutes under the hood. The announcers are getting a little bit, bummed and pissed, and the boo birds are coming out, and pretty soon it's like, what the hell's going on here? Eye in the sky, even if they have to look at the referee. There's officials and there's referees. And I will say the official, the back judge, the line judge, the official. I will say, when I say referee, I mean the referee, the one guy in the white hat. The referee can stand. We're looking at it upstairs, eye in the sky, 30 seconds. Upon review, okay, thank you. Upon review, about 4 inches short, but it wasn't 4 minutes. I think that's going to do it, people. Thanks so much. I was going to go into my other stuff. I think I'm going to be back. Actually, I got my boy Fayaz from work coming in on Thursday at noon. So I will be back. The Spirit of Sports. We'll do my gambling show. We'll talk about stats, week 13, the do's and don'ts of the league, how obvious it is. Win the turnover battle. Only one team lost that had less turnovers. It's like 75% win the turnover battle, you win. Penalties, not as big a deal. Win the turnover battle, run the ball. We'll talk about all this on Thursday, how I'm doing on the season gambling. I have a JFK where I flip a $50, heads, tails. See if that's just as good, because sometimes I just feel like might as well just flip a coin. I thought it was pretty cool. Tyreek said, well, I guess, thanks for not respecting me. So, Tyreek MVP. Maybe we need more lateral plays. More of that. Anyway, Brother Richie signing off and checking out live every Tuesday, high noon, from the middle of the Pacific Ocean where the palm trees sway. And I'm trying, really, really trying to not have to work anymore. I'm going to be asking for a mere pittance from you people. And as we leave, let's just take a little trip out to the Orient. Love you guys. Been a pleasure. Love yourself. I'm really working on it. I say I'm working on it. It's hard. Love yourself. Respect. Give people a break. Love others. There'll be less hate in the world if you swallow the hate and give back the love. higher consciousness. I love you, you, and you. You're cool, and love you. I'm out. Aloha. Ahui ho.